Welcome to FX Options University, recorded live at the International Securities Exchange, the world's largest equity options exchange. Join the industry's top trading professionals as they provide insight and strategies for trading in the currency markets using FX options. FX options are a low-risk alternative to hedging currency moves in any market condition.
And by the way, this trade where the dollar gains in value over the euro is now 11 for 11. It's pretty strong probabilities. It's just a matter of managing the trade. At least you got a fighting chance and better odds in your pocket. If you had a shopping list of certain markets during certain times of the year that you wanted to pay attention to, and you just say, okay, during this month we want to look at this long or short position, you don't have a lot to, as far as manage it, and be overburdened by excess noise and always searching for the proverbial trade after the fact. Instead of, trying to chase the dragon, so to speak, you've done your homework in advance. That's one of the beauties of using seasonal analysis. And so by looking at this, I can say, hey, okay, if the market's going down, what can I expect out of the euro? The dollar should go up in value. I could look at going long the ISE's euro index. Now I can start saying, well, maybe I don't want to go for a directional long call. Maybe I want to do maybe a credit put spread, which you would be, and I don't want to get into an options theory class as much as I want to get into determining how to make a decision in using seasonality, using the ISE's euro index product, because it really is fabulous. But let's say, for example, as long as you have an idea that a market may move up against another market, such as the dollar going higher against the euro currency, then I can start saying, well, wait a minute, if that's the case, then maybe the ISE's euro index, if that goes up, what can I do? Well, behind door number one, let me look at calls. Using Person's pivot analysis, he suggests we're going to go up to possibly 73. Now I got to do my homework for February. Then I have to do my homework for March. The seasonal analysis that we have in front of us suggests that the dollar strengthens against the euro all the way through the end of the quarter, first quarter, March. So therefore, I want to obviously look at, if I'm going to be bullish, I don't need to buy an April or further out option, right? So what I'd probably want to do is say, all right, what's the biggest bang for my buck with the limited amount of risk? Is it in a directional trade? Do I want to go long calls? Do I want to do credit put spread, which you'd sell a close to the money put and buy a further out of the put for protection, just in case the what if it's wrong for the first time ever type situation? Because that's the way the markets are. Managing risk is key. So I'd start looking at my different alternative strategies, and that's one of the beauties of extracting information from seasonality and utilizing a product such as the ISE's Euro Index. Because it's an equity-based product, more or less, it's optionable, and you have all these strikes that are available to you, and the liquidity and the tightness of these spreads. I think it allows the investors a little bit better edge to, number one, not only help with their execution of their trades, number one, but more importantly, it also allows the clients or the individual traders such as yourselves a better edge in controlling your leverage. So it's a matter of not being overly leveraged in the market as well, by understanding how to utilize the proper position size with your trading account, more importantly, with your personality. Because not only is it important to understand market analysis, you've got to juggle a lot of balls in the air before you put on a trade. How much money can I risk? What's my objective? Where's the market going to go? Then you got to start taking your own pulse and find out, how do you react as a trader? Most people, they want to become traders and trade for a living and have that status on I'm a trader. And then they get in it, and then they find out, hey, I just don't have the stomach for this. They put real money on the line, and then they just find that, wait a minute, this is not for me. I don't want to wake up to these, adverse market surprises over a 3-day holiday weekend, or, I just can't take this volatility. Well, using option strategies is something that, at least if you have a predefined risk, a predefined reward, sometimes option strategies can utilize it. And that's why I say, because of the execution, the liquidity, the ISE's Euro Index is a great product to utilize, especially when you combine the seasonality approach of the marketplace. You may find yourself, not that you're going to be, an exorbitantly wealthy individual overnight, but you'll find out that you're developing a game plan and you're profiting from that while exhibiting professional trading tactics such as limiting your risk while looking for the proper profit objectives. And that's one of the things I think is really important in the whole scheme of thing here. Now, I wanted to show you some past history looking at the spot euro. During the summer, back here in 2008, the market formed, a double top in the market, and people just didn't understand that, and they thought that the dollar, and this is a great picture because that double top was something that, if you go back and we show you our seasonal chart again, you'll find out that in July, look in July again. Remember, it's not just important to look at your annual highs and your annual lows, but also look at these interim time periods. This is about the last time in middle of July that we see the market form interim tops headed into October. So these are the cycles that the market kind of demonstrates year after year. And if you go back, we'll find out that not only did we have this double top pattern form in the marketplace, but look at when this occurred, right around the exact time clock when it was due to peak out, headed into October. So some years we get these muted effects, and some years we get these magnified effects. We have to understand, if I'm looking for a major price correction to the downside, then prices should have possibly made a major advance to the upside. If the market's been in a more what we call neutral phase, then I have to be able to kind of gauge what my expectations of what the market can give me are. So if we haven't really gone anywhere, how can I expect when we're in a seasonally weak period for the market to really give back anything? And so I think that's one of the things that, if you put that logic and you think through your trades before you get into them, you'll have a better expectation of what to get out of the marketplace. Now, here's it's 2008 and we entered into 2009. I think this is when we were, last year, for example. Look at this substantial run-up that we witnessed in the market prior to the January seasonal tendency sell-off. So we were expecting, as you can see, last year we saw quite an amazing trade. One of the things that I want you to be alerted to is that everyone uses seasonal analysis for the first time. They like it, they get lucky, it worked, and regardless. Here's one of the things that I want to alert you to the pros and the cons to. Not all years, they're definitely not made and created equal, all right? Number one. Number two, I think that when you're utilizing these seasonal tendencies, you got to understand that this is the average price move, not the average price swing over time. Some years the move might only be 150, 200 pips. Some years you might have 1,500 pips. So it's the average price move. What's the direction? It's up to us to do a little bit more homework, and that's what's important. But as long as you keep getting a little bit of edge on your side of the trading arena, you're going to improve your odds for consistency and successful trading year after year. And that's what we're about.
Thank you for participating in this week's session. Please join us again next week. Get trading ideas, exchange rates, webinars, news, and commentary. Visit www.fxoptions.com. ISE FX options can be easily traded through all options-enabled brokerage accounts. These exchange-listed securities are cash-settled in U.S. dollars and have a European-style exercise.